What's good? It's Sam here. Tuesday morning, nice and early, 7-something, heading into work. And I wanted to talk about pulling versus pushing, not in terms of the gym, but in terms of your mindset when you're focused on a goal. And I've noticed this with myself, but also with other people. And just some of the subtle differences that a lot of people may not even think about, of how psychologically it affects us, and also the reason, in my opinion, why one seems to work better than the other. And now, if you look at, say, an objective, right? Or, so I have my other phone set up here, distracted. Other phone set up here, right? And this is the one that I just haven't traded in yet. I get up where I'm going and punch it in. Why the fuck is it stopping? Okay, now it's not. Sorry about that. So pushing versus pulling with reaching your objectives. Now, if you have a push objective, meaning like you fucking hate your job and you're getting away from your job, that is one way, or like, you know what I mean? It's just like you don't like your job, you don't like your coworkers, whatever it might be, you don't like the work you're doing, and that kind of thing. And so you're getting away from that, and that would be something that's pushing you away. Versus a pull would be creating some type of vision or objective that you're going towards. And that's the subtle difference between the two of them. Now, there's other differences that create more power to pulling, in my opinion, than getting a push objective or goal. And that is, so when you have a push goal, something that you're going away from, think of it as like if you're trying to get away from a relationship that's toxic for you, or your job, or the people around you at work, or whatever the case is, you make marginal improvements in the environment, and that push to get away from that diminishes greatly, right? Like, if you are in a job and you just do not care for the job, but then you get to switch desks and be in a different area and be not around the person that was you found a little bit annoying, then that makes an improvement, and it makes that goal less powerful in your mind to get away from what it is that you wanted to get away from, pushing, you know? Now, a pull would be, and I want you to walk through this exercise because I think it's tremendously powerful, is think about however much you make. Excuse me, you gotta cover your mouth when you sneeze. If there's other people around. If not, you just leave your mouth open and just spray shit everywhere. And something that you want, that's going to be your pull, right? So think of, if you have whatever you make per year, whether it's $30,000 or $193,000, and take that and think about for a second, if you had that money coming in, we'll just say like the median income for a household in the United States is around $60,000. So say you had $60,000 coming in from your portfolio or other investments that were relatively passive compared to trading your time for money. And would you continue doing what you're doing now? You make $60,000 a year, and you had $60,000 coming in off of your portfolio, relatively passively. Would you continue doing what you're doing? Probably not. Probably. You might love your job. You might continue, just change it up and be like, okay, instead of working 5 days a week, I'm going to work 3 days a week. Or I'm actually going to work 20 hours a week or something. You know what I mean? Or you might quit that job and move someplace else, or find a different company to work for, or just do something that you love every day. Now, keep asking yourself that question until you get an answer that suffices you. And you might not know, and you just keep asking yourself until you understand what it is that is important to you. Now, once you have that, now think about making marginal gains on a pull goal versus the push goal and the contrast between the two. Now, if you make a marginal gain on your push goal, right, to get away from your job gets slightly better, right? Which means that the objective to push you away, that's going away from something, is the power behind that is less. Versus a pull, if you have this vision that you want to, say for myself, right? When I'm at the point where I have enough non-discretionary income coming in, why work for somebody else? I mean, I want to do my own thing. I want to travel more than I already do. I want to meet amazing people that I can learn something from, and I want to learn something every single day, and create more valuable content for online, and just do what I want to do every single day. I want to work out. I love working out. It's a lot of fun, and bring that journey to other places around the world. So if I make a marginal gain on my vision, that vision gets stronger. So if I'm like, actually, I'm gonna get to this goal, and then I'm gonna start in the domestic country I'm living in the United States, and I'm gonna do that for 7-8 months, and then I'm gonna go start doing things abroad for extended periods of time, maybe a month at a time or 2 months at a time. Like, defining my goal with more specificity, meaning increasing the picture or the clarity of that vision, making progress towards that pull goal, creates more power for the pull goal. Versus on the inverse, when you have a goal that's pushing you, like leaving the job, and you make progress on that, like you move from one office to a different office, like you just made it slightly better, but you're still there, and the power of that goal is diminished. Hopefully you can see that subtle difference. If you have any thoughts, let me know down below. I'm super curious to hear what your thoughts are, or if this was helpful. And I want to know what you think and what your thoughts are about that. And also, if you went through that exercise and if you had $59,000 coming in off of a portfolio relatively passively, like, what would you be doing? Would you continue working at your job, or would you maybe change things up a little bit? And if you don't have a clear answer on it, that's okay. Just keep asking yourself that question until you do have an answer of something that you would find truly passionate. But also be aware that might change, right? Like, you think you'd be super passionate about it today, but maybe 3 years down the road, your passion changes. And that's fine. Like, be okay with that. And also be okay with the possibility that people in your life may choose to judge you because you changed your mind. That's okay. You're comfortable with that. Anyways, if you want to follow my journey to $100 a day online, make sure you press that subscribe button, the red button. This is subscribe button, white letters on it, and there's a little bell notification there. So if you press the subscribe button and then you press that little bell notification, you get to see this glorious face every time I post a video. And I don't honestly know what could be better than that. Really, can you ask yourself that question? What honestly could be better than that? Besides nothing in the world. So I will hopefully see you in the future, and if you're still watching at this point, that is amazing. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. You might as well just press that like button because you're here so long anyway. Peace.